Mr. Jaitley said that a better spread of the monsoon meant that the government could expect higher production of pulses this year, which should ease off their prices into the market. Okay, this is one step ahead of what I had requested, which is fine still. At least the options are one below the other. Okay, so it's option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Looking at the options, I understand that the highlighted phrase is here. The last part. Okay. So we have to see if the last part. So what's the query? This is option 5. Ma'am, the answer given is option 2. But according to me, there should be no correction. Please explain. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at option by option, okay? Mr. Jaitley said that a better spread of the monsoon meant that the government could expect higher production of pulses this year. Okay, so let's understand the context first. Mr. Jaitley said that a better spread of the monsoon. So, if it rains, in all the areas that need it to be rained, right? As in, wherever the pulses are being cultivated, if it rains, then the government could expect higher production of pulses this year. So good rains, good yield, which should ease off their prices into the market. Okay. Option 1. Now, let's look at the underlined phrase in the sentence itself. Ease off their prices. What do you mean by ease off? Is it correct? See, ease off, okay, in fact, I'd say is an idiomatic expression, right? Gives me different meanings. Ease off can mean, one meaning is diminish, reduce, right? So just to give you an example, I can say let's look at the same context, the rain, monsoon. The rain began to ease off. The rain began to ease off, which means it lowered, reduced, right? Diminished. Another meaning is when you say ease off on someone, which means you're saying, hey, like don't be so hard on this person, right? To put less pressure on someone or something. So another way to say it is, hey, don't be so hard on this person. To put less pressure on someone or something. Right? That's ease off. So I can say, hey, ease off on Vinay. Can you please? So maybe someone is going on irritating Vinay or, upsetting him. So I say, hey, ease off on Vinay. Which means don't be so hard on him, just let him be, right? So these are the two meanings. Now, if I look at the context, which should ease off their prices into the market, doesn't make sense for me, right? As an idiom, it's not the right fit here, which means, sorry, I have to change what is there in the context. So those of you who said no correction required, wrong. I have to change what is there in the context. Okay, it's an incorrect idiomatic expression here. Also, if you ask me which should ease off their prices, is not the, first of all, this expression is not right? Now let's look at other options. Ease its prices. Ease as a word means what? To ease something. If I say to ease something, I'm saying to reduce the difficulty. Right? To reduce the difficulty or trouble of something or someone. Right? It can also mean, to move or proceed with little effort. To ease. With no effort, not much effort from your end, which will probably be the right word in the context. Right? So basically it's saying, Mr. Jaitley is saying, the government will not have to go through a lot of trouble or difficulty, and it's going to be easy if the monsoon spreads, for they can easily expect higher production of pulses this year. Proceed with little effort. Now this is the meaning that the context is giving, which means I need this, ease. Fine. It's definitely not there, because we're talking about the government, I can eliminate option 2. Is its prices off the market incorrect preposition? I can eliminate option 1. Option 3 doesn't make sense at all. Easily its prices in the market, right? So again, preposition is wrong. At the market doesn't make sense. It's an incorrect preposition. At refers to a specific place, right? They're not referring to anything here. Where in the market? So that doesn't make sense. So if you're saying answer is given 2, I'm sorry, Harshit, that is incorrect. The answer is incorrect. If you ask me, the right phrase is option 4. Anirudh, correct. Is their prices in the market? Would ease in price mean cheaper? No. When you say ease their prices in the market, meaning the government will not have to go through a lot of difficulty or trouble to ensure that the prices are going to be high in the market, because if there's going to be good monsoon, which means there'll be a high yield. So there'll be a lot more pulses to sell in the market. So the answer is actually option 4. So Harshit, I don't know where you got the answer from. And those of you who said no correction required, sorry again. The answer is option 4. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan unleashed a storm with his post against environmental fundamentalism at Facebook. Obviously, it's on Facebook and not at Facebook, right? Option 4. Yeah, which is option D actually. On Facebook. Pretty easy, right? Whenever you use Facebook, you spend time on Facebook, not in Facebook or at Facebook. So Facebook is not restricted to an area, right? You can log on to Facebook anywhere, anytime. Same as WhatsApp. Let's change this on Facebook. Error in part D. This is wrong to label questioning of development projects as ecological fundamentalism. Where do you think the error is? So if I look at it as most of you are coming back and saying option B, why? Okay, see, just to quickly address something, questioning development instead of, when you're saying this, when do I use this? When you use this only when you're referring to something that is established earlier, right? So for example, if one of your friend is trying to take the pen that is there on your desk, and then you stop him or her and say, hey, this is my pen. So you're referring to something that is either nearby or something that is being talked about or something that is being mentioned, right? Or you can also use this when you're referring to what is about to be said, right? So when I say, hey, now don't laugh when you hear this, or you need to hear this news. This is what happened on Facebook. Did you check the profile picture of this person, right? So I'm just giving you random examples also, okay? When do I use this? Now in the context, what's the context? To label questioning of development projects as ecological fundamentalism is wrong. That's the context. So I can't say this is wrong. I have to say it's a general statement, right? It is wrong to do what? To label questioning of development projects as ecological fundamentalism. So it's when you're referring to something as a general statement, right? And you're not referring to something specific, where I've given you 2 examples. So the error is in part A. You change this is wrong to it is wrong, right? It is wrong to, in fact, it's a very colloquial expression if you ask me, right? I can say it is wrong. We've heard people use this repeatedly at various situations. So I can say it is wrong to experiment on or abuse animals, right? It is wrong to fight. General statements, it is wrong, is a colloquial expression in fact.